The NFL Today on CBS Sports is presented by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. Right now, the Vikings and the Panthers are getting set for their matchup. And as we approach kickoff, we send you out live to Charlotte with our announcers, Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson.
JB, thank you. It should be quite a matchup. Two teams. Don't be surprised if they meet, in fact, later on in the postseason. The Vikings and the Panthers coming up in Charlotte. Temperature right at about 40 on a sunny day. And hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Tony Romo and Tracy Wolfson. Let's talk about this playoff picture before kickoff. You got the Vikings can win the NFC North with a victory here today. Meanwhile, the Panthers are in a mix in that wild and tough NFC South division. Still battling for the division and the wild card picture as well. Mike Zimmer, Ron Rivera about the duel. And Tony, of course, you know Mike Zimmer. This team has been really the talk of the league. Everybody's all excited about what Minnesota's doing. We've seen Carolina this year ourselves a couple of times. Our first chance to see the Vikings.
Well, there's a reason they're the talk of the league. The Minnesota Vikings are for real. The head coach is outstanding, puts his players in great position. At the same time, they are really good on defense at the front end, the back end, and offensively, nobody saw this coming out of this offense. What Pat Shurmur's done and what they've done with the reworked offensive line, outstanding. They're a complete football team.
All right, Case Keenum's been a big story, a big part of their success as they ride an 8-game win streak. Who saw this coming with Case Keenum before the start of the season?
Not many, and I'll tell you right now, they do a great job of getting them on the move. Play actions, bootlegs, screen game. The key for Case Keenum is to continue using his feet. He's been outstanding in third down situations and other times. Watch this right here. He gets pressured, extends the play, keeps his eyes down the field, and fires right before he gets hit. Big play right there. Again, you're going to see him reading out. No one's open. Extend the play. Slide. Keep your eyes downfield. Fire that ball in there and move the chains. That right now has been the biggest reason why Minnesota is going to be a tough out in January.
And their defense, too, though. Big part of the story as well.
We knew their defense was going to be good. Mike Zimmer, outstanding. This defense, this is a special unit. Number 2 in like every category. Everson Griffin starts up front. He is possibly a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Outside, Xavier Rhodes. He guards the best receiver each week. He gets out there, handles them, and you see they're all well coached.
Carolina lost at New Orleans last Sunday. That ended a 4-game win streak. But Cam Newton, you look at his numbers, they've been really great of late. He wasn't healthy at the start of the year, but he is now.
They need Cam Newton to play at a high level. This team is so dependent on him playing well. If he plays well, they have a good chance to win. If he doesn't, they usually lose. And they've been, over the last 4 or 5 weeks, they've started to really ramp up the design runs for him situationally, but they decided to make him the focal point almost exclusively.
So Luke Kuechly is a guy, I know you have a world of respect for him. Former Defensive Player of the Year in the league, and he's been healthy in large part this season. You've often said he's like a quarterback on defense.
Yeah, I mean, he's having another coach, another quarterback on defense. Everyone knows how special this guy is. If he's healthy, he's a candidate for Player of the Year every year. The key, though, is the quarterback on the opposing team. Don't let him fool you. He's so good, he'll make you think something. I'm going to go guard this right here, and then come right off it and take the spot you thought was wide open.
Tony, let's do our Projects Smarter, presented by Home Depot. Talk a little Adam Thielen and Christian McCaffrey.
Adam Thielen is fun to watch. Right before the game today, I'm watching him run routes. He is a route-running machine. It's kind of neat and really cool to watch. You'll see a lot of them today. And you know who else is? Christian McCaffrey. Leads all rookies in receptions. They'll use him a plethora of ways. They'll line up an empty from the backfield. You'll see him all over the field.
And here are your game points, starting with the Vikings making Carolina one-dimensional. You say it should be the goal.
It should be, because if they make Carolina one-dimensional, that means Cam Newton's got to drop back against this pass rush, and that is not a recipe for Carolina. Carolina has to run the football today.
Folks, here's another Tony Romo prediction, or at least one he thinks they need to have to win.
If the Carolina Panthers really, I think to win this game, they have to score on defense or special teams. Create something different. Minnesota is too complete of a football team.
So Ron Rivera and the Panthers about to begin a 3-game homestand by hosting Minnesota, and it's coming up on CBS.